I'm Julia Sondu, showing you where development is happening. Please come and join us. Meet Dr. Ashite Trebi-Olanu, the Ghanaian genius behind NASA's latest Mars expedition.
I work on robotic arms for planetary exploration. InSight is going to Mars and is going to probe deep beneath Mars to be able to observe the fingerprints of how Mars came to be.
Monday, November 26, 2018, was a symbolic day in that it spelt some kind of victory for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, as the agency coordinated the successful landing of InSight, a spacecraft developed by NASA, on the surface of Earth's sister planet, Mars. As culled from reports by the New York Times, while on the expedition, the spacecraft is expected to give insights into the planet's underworld, seek out tremors that might be suggestive of Marsquakes, as well as provide some information that might explain the formation of the red, dusty planet. Usually, it would be something of a given to dole out credits to the Americans or Russians for the success of conquest of this magnitude. But this time around, perhaps Ghanaians can pump their fists in jubilation and beat their chests with some pride too. And that's because if the events of that Monday in November was anything like an earthquake, one of their very own sons was right at the epicenter. Dr. Ashite Trebi-Olanu can take some extra pride and perhaps even give himself a pat on the back for the recent historic landing on Mars. Having risen through the ranks to the position of the team lead for InSight at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the Ghanaian engineer was right in the mix, and his remarkable work was instrumental to what has so far been a successful project. The space engineer led a team of like minds on a project which involved designing and building robots for NASA missions at the agency's laboratory in California, United States. It appears the Ghanaian genius had always been fascinated by autonomous technology, and his dreams eventually came to life with the design and fabrication of a robotic arm that will deploy vital instruments and probes on the spacecraft hundreds of millions of miles away. Trebi-Olanu has been an ever-present figure on all things Mars exploration, as it concerns NASA projects for quite some time now. From working on the Mars exploration rover in 2003 to weighing in with his expertise on the Phoenix aircraft that found water on the planet in 2008, and even putting in his shift at the Mars Science Laboratory in 2011, the engineer has been at the forefront of these otherworldly expeditions that are Mars missions. Trebi-Olanu had always been drawn to aeronautics and spacecraft from a very tender age. Growing up in Ghana, he spent most of his early childhood in his family home, which coincidentally seated in close proximity to a domestic airport. That may have piqued his earliest interest in flying aircraft and unmanned aerial vehicles. As a child, he is said to have also fantasized about taking humans out of cockpits and flying aircraft remotely. As time went by, he decided to step up his interest in the field by furnishing himself with some rudimentary knowledge. Before long, he stumbled upon literature related to the glass cockpit concept designed for commercial and military aircraft. Having gobbled up these new bits of information, he caught wind of a theory that entailed imparting machines such as aircraft with a new kind of smartness, such that they would be able to fly independent of human control, or so that they would be a lot easier to operate. The bulk of his life pursuits are known to hover around that very idea. Trebi-Olanu was born in Ghana, where he completed his primary education at Garrison Primary School in Burma Camp before moving on to Ghana Secondary Technical School, Takoradi. For his tertiary education, he predictably opted for studies in the aviation sphere, having always been fascinated by the field. He obtained a Bachelor of Engineering in Avionics from Queen Mary College, University of London, in 1991. Standing at the porch of his house in Ghana, as a young boy, Ashite Trebi-Olanu was fascinated by the planes that flew in and out of the airport. But his dreams were not to be a pilot. His imagination was more unique than that. He envisioned a future where robots would fly the planes. I was fascinated by replacing human pilots with computers. I was very interested in that as a young kid. Many years after, the young dreamer has surpassed his imagination. He is now a lead engineer on InSight, NASA's spacecraft which recently landed on Mars. He is in charge of the mission's robotic arm mechanism. What does the robotic arm do? The goal of InSight is to understand how planets are formed. But to do so, there is need to look deep beneath the surface. You have to look at the core of the planet, says Olanu, Instrument Deployment Systems led on InSight. InSight's robotic arm will place scientific instruments off the InSight lander onto the surface. Our responsibility is to pick up the instruments that the scientists are going to use to examine the planets hundreds of millions of miles away, Olanu said. The arm, more than 5 feet 9 inches, 1.8 meters, long, has a camera attached that will provide 3D color views of the landing site. It is designed to place the seismometer on the surface and position the heat flow probe, a mold that can burrow 16 feet, 5 meters, into the ground. It will take 2 to 3 months for InSight's robotic arm to set the mission's instrument on the surface. For now, the robotic arm will be taking pictures of Mars. We're going to take a selfie of the land, Olanu told CNN via Skype. We are going to take the imagery of the workspace, and then we are going to start planning how to get the instrument to the surface. The engineer majored in avionics at the Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Queen Mary College, University of London, and then obtained a Ph.D. in Control Systems Engineering at Cranfield University in the United Kingdom. He then moved to the US to do further research in robotics at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh. This is my 5th mission landing on Mars that we are working on. I've been working on Mars for like 20 years now, he says. His former projects on Mars includes the 2003 Mars Exploration Rover, Phoenix Mars Lander of 2007, Mars Science Laboratory in 2011, and the 2016 InSight Mars Lander. Olanu has obtained numerous awards and recognition for his works, some of which includes the 2008 NASA Exceptional Engineering Achievement Medal for his contributions to the Mars Exploration Rover mission, and the 2010 Specialist Silver Award from the Royal Aeronautical Society in the UK. But he is not slowing down anytime soon. Olanu's drive is to advance human knowledge. One of the things that people forget is that prehistoric times across the continent of Africa, Europe and Asia, our forefathers looked to the heavens and mapped the constellations. And what did they do with them? They created calendars so they can know when to harvest, when to plant. They just looked up into space and then they did all this mapping, he said. Humans always look to the heavens to gain knowledge and use that knowledge to make life a little better, and that's exactly what we do at NASA, said Olanu. And that's exactly what InSight is going to do. Olanu says he believes that he is lucky to have had a solid academic foundation in Ghana Senior High Technical School, a science and technology-oriented high school in Takoradi. There you get to do a lot of woodwork, metalwork, engineering, drawing, so that kind of gives you a very good balance, and a lot of science as well, he said. Back home, he is also inspiring generations of young scientists and innovators through the Ghana Robotic Academy Foundation. Founded in 1991, the non-profit organization encourages school kids to engage in applied science by running hands-on robotics workshops and competitions throughout the country. We try to apply theory and put it into practice. So we take the theories that the kids are learning in schools, and then we use it to teach them how to program, and they can see that science is not just about theory, he said. The outcome is massive, as some of the kids have competed in international robotic competitions like the World Robotics Olympiad and RoboFest, where they are encouraged to sharpen their skills in computer, science, technology, engineering, and maths. Olanu says he does not believe that any child does not understand maths. I don't think anybody is born a natural scientist, he says. He encourages the kids to put in work to achieve their dreams. If they have the passion for something, they have to pursue it. Using soccer as an example, the engineer says youths practice soccer for hours in the day to become a star. He enjoins them to invest the same equivalent amount of time to their passions in order to excel. It's kind of ironic that they will think they have to practice soccer for hours and they have to do maths for 30 minutes. He says the engineer says his success is down to his parents, who he says provided him the right avenue to study. My mom was a teacher, my dad was an economist. They really encouraged you to study, he says. Most people think that school does everything, but you need a balance of the home and school to get a very good education. Staying true to his African roots, Trebi Olanu founded the Ghana Robotics Academy Foundation, GRAF, in 2011. The Foundation is a non-profit organization that has made it its mandate to pioneer science education in Ghana by organizing practical robotics workshops and competitions for students at both the secondary and tertiary levels. The vision behind Trebi Olunu's Ghanaian Foundation is thought to be motivated by the need to bring young scholars in his home country up to speed with adequate education and competitive technical skills in robotics technology and engineering. The organization has set its sights on igniting the passion of young students for technology and engineering through fever-pitched competition. The Ghanaian spacecraft engineer is a fellow of a number of institutions including the Royal Aeronautical Society, UK, Institution of Engineering and Technology, UK, and Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. In what has been a stellar career laden with accolades and trophies, Trebi Olunu has garnered for himself a considerable amount of high-profile recognition. Raiding his trophy cabinet would reveal such prestigious prizes as the NASA Exceptional Engineering Achievement Medal, 2008, Sir Monty Finiston Achievement Medal, 2007, Outstanding Engineer Award, 2007, the JPL Mariner Award, 2006, as well as the NASA Group Achievement Award Mars Exploration Rover Avionics Team, 2004, amongst numerous others. Though Dr. Ashite Trebi Olunu can be seen shuttling between his office, the robotics lab, and the flight testbed on a typical workday, he sees his job as much more than just developing new robotics technologies or testing technologies. The brilliant thing about my job is that it is not a circumscribed routine. There are different challenges every day, said Dr. Ashite Trebi Olunu, in a conversation with Modern Ghana. Believe me, it is a lot of fun. NASA is also a great organization that cares about its people and their personal development. Need I say more? Dr. Ashite Trebi Olunu can be considered a highly accomplished visionary with a vast background and extensive practical experience in space robotics systems, flight systems integration and test, planetary rover operations, and a number of other highly technical fields. He is, without a doubt, one of Africa's most illustrious sons who are doing the continent proud on the global scene. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.